All right, so this is, or welcome back
episode 3.
Yeah, episode 3, lip sync 3, or episode 3 of us looking back at all of our lip syncs and talking about them. I feel like I gotta move back so you're not just like behind me and I'm not.
I am lurking in the background like a gremlin.
Okay, you can. This is empty. Okay.
Okay. What?
No. So this is the third one we did. This is at the same con as our second one. This was the next day. Or was it 2 days after? It was 2 days after.
Oh, right, because Friday night, Sunday morning.
Yeah. So it was Friday night was the 18 plus, and then Sunday morning, afternoon was the all ages, and that was the official lip sync for the con. We'd had this idea for a little bit. Because after the first lip sync we did, we started keeping track of songs and ideas that we had. So this was something that was on the list of something we wanted to do at some point. And I think you were the one who said we're doing this one at this con. And I forget why exactly, but you said this is the one we're doing.
I don't remember at this point.
I don't know. We were announcing it around a little bit because we have a lot of ideas that were Donmai related. I think we'd been toggling with that just being our entire brand, was that we were just going to be the lip syncers that did Donmai stuff. But then we did Has-Been anyway, so we already broke that.
I think maybe it was in part because it was Jingchung and Wei Wuxian, and I was like, I don't... Because at this point, where we were living, the only cons that we did were this one and Kumo for lip syncs. Yeah. I did not want to try to take Wei Wuxian 2 years in a row to Kumo.
But we really wanted to do...
But we really wanted this to be...
Yeah. That makes sense. Maybe we move things because I'm gonna fall.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this one had initially been my idea though, was that I said I wanted to do I said at some point that Brother by Mads Buckley, which is a Dobby song, would work for Wei Wuxian and Jingchung because of all of their issues. I
remember, obviously there are several at this point that we've had varying levels of difficulty with, but this one in particular had a very long instrumental part that was killing us with the choreo.
Because they had a 30, it could be 3.5 minutes as opposed to just 3 minutes. So then we realized we didn't really have to toggle much with cutting that song itself. We just cut the ending because there's an instrumental like fade out at the end too. Yeah, there was a long instrumental. And that was, I think, the most difficult part.
And once we had it, like, it fit really well.
But what is hard is because neither of us do counts. I am a little bit more, like, music-y, so I'm running like something else in my brain that matches to it, so I can tell you what part of an instrumental is that part of an instrumental, but I could not translate that to you. I could not be like, this is what the lyrics would be if it was there, and it just didn't really click. So it was kind of a figuring out how to fill this instrumental and have it make sense with the story, but that way it had to be a lot of you. So it couldn't be I lead you through it, and it couldn't be. And I remember our roommate, like, while we were struggling, this was like, why don't you guys just count? And you were like, no, go away. And you're like, we already tried that.
I took dance as a kid. I took dance in high school. I have never been good at keeping count.
No, and I don't think this is a harder song to do that too also. But yeah, I think also just kind of not that the first lip sync was easy to choreograph, because I do remember we did have some issues with it, or not issues, but like, I think this was where we started having like figuring out creative differences and how do we negotiate that.
And also when we're start of Nick laying on the floor is not bad.
Yeah, no, and then like if we're stuck, how do we not get frustrated at each other, or how do we deal with that if we are gonna get frustrated? How do we deal with that frustration? when not like just get mad at the whole process, which is something I think just we still work on every time. There will always be something, like there will always be a point where the process becomes frustrating, because that's just kind of how that happens and that works.
When in doubt, circle with our backs to each other.
Yeah, no, we're gonna start having like a count of like things that we tend to do. I could cross my legs easy for this circle. For the life of me, the most recent one, I was taking small steps. I couldn't do like the step cross thing. I think it's because of whatever you were doing behind me, but I don't know.
Was I in the way?
I kept like kicking you every time I tried to do like a step cross, like crossing my like legs over each other.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. But I'm just not gonna do that. I'm gonna do it differently because it's just not working, and I'm gonna kick you. What else was I? Yeah, so Has Been was not romantic. So this isn't technically the first one we've done that isn't romantic. But this it's one of the few ones we have done where that isn't.
It's one of the only duos
where the caros
that
aren't don't have some sort of like either romantic or the stories where one, it's not a romantic storyline. Two, other ones we've done that aren't still have some sort of like that type of tension, but this one is very overtly like there cannot be that, because our most recent thing is not a romantic storyline, but it's okay if there's a little bit of that like tension. But this was very, because they're siblings. They're not like siblings, but they are like by all accounts
adoptive siblings.
Yeah, but that was and it's a song. The song is literally called Brother. This cannot read as romantic at all. This has to read as platonic, and that limits. You don't realize how much that limits movement wise until you actually do it. Because that meant like no dipping, because that's too much. No, like even with turning each other, it can't be too. Like we had limits with that. With any time where like we held hands, it had to be like very purposeful.
It had to be like the
yeah,
brother.
Yeah, it couldn't. Yeah, and that was also frustrating. Was that we didn't want any of it to read as
we wanted there to be no way for anybody, especially people who did not know the characters, to perceive it as a romantic relationship and not especially a sibling relationship.
If people did know us and did know that we are in a romantic relationship, it didn't want to like, and that was hard. Is that like is playing the siblings with you is hard.
Yes.
And that's why I think we only have done it for this.
Yeah.
It's because it just is weird. But I think it was a fun challenge. But it was more of a challenge than I think we initially thought it was going to be going into it.
And it continues to be one of my favorite pieces.
Yes. Mine as well.
But there was a lot of frustration going into it.
And then this was one where we were like, we're gonna tell a full story. There's gonna be more beats. We're gonna have a clear beginning, middle, end. And this was also one where it's gonna be devastating, because I really wanted the end pose I had in my head at the very beginning. I'm like, no, this ends with you behind me to signify that you're dead and I'm kneeling, and I'm going to have an expression that the audience can project whatever they think they would feel as me onto. And that was very important to me. Is that
Nick Death count 2?
Did Nick Death count number 2? Well, Penchus
is already dead.
Okay, 3 for 3. That was very important for me. It was that I wanted to reflect his emotions, but I also think his journey and his relationship to Wei Wuxian is something that's a lot of people can see their own kind of tumultuous relationships within, of that like they clearly do love each other, and that's why it hurts so much, is that there still is that love even when there is that contention.
Is my phone charger plugged in over there?
But I can plug it in. Oh no, it is.
Can I have, please? So it doesn't die. It doesn't die like me.
Yeah.
No beta, we die like Nick in lip sync.
So we wanted it to start out very bros. Very like the playful relationship, like the situation where you can tell there's still something dark going on, but it's very playful, and then the contention grows until a snapping point.
And we very intentionally took turns of which one of us was not acknowledging the other one.
Yeah. Okay, should we watch it?
We should watch it.
Okay.
I started in like the patriarch robe.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're already doing that stuff.
Since I've seen my face in your eyes, oh brother, I've returned to my burned scars of birth, charcoal and iron.
A lot of expression work too, I think, just Yeah.
I want to do more scarf work.
Yeah, just heavy on symbolism.
Oh, brother, I see you burn like me. The singes on our skin like a brand. Oh, brother, I confess there is a little of me left that could care about dousing the wildfire. And I left you alone. And I watched the burning blood.
How do you do with that costume? We move.
No, they're very, they flow very nicely.
Mountains I knew so well, burning down fire in the blue light of midnight. Brother,
That was like the one part we messed up on.
We both went down sometimes.
The heads, yeah.
There it comes.
That goddamn instrumental. Right, because I like went down so carefully because of my knees.
did you know you could just strike a match, hear him scream my name one last time? Oh, brother, I am home in the fires of our youth. I could care less if it hurts you anymore. And I watch the burning world as my hair filled with rain from the
This is probably some of our best lip syncing.
mountains I knew.
Yo, I practiced that bridge in the car a lot. Also, I took the note. Lips gotta be bigger. Lips gonna be bigger. Yeah.
I do wish I hadn't tilted my head quite so far back. Like there I fixed it. But
Yeah. And then what happened at the end of the show?
what?
Then what happened at the end?
Oh, we got second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
You did good.
We didn't say that earlier.
Oh yeah, this is the first time that we placed for
This
anything.
is the first time we won anything, and we didn't think we were going to. I think not because I was really proud of it. I was really happy with it, but it
like
was just,
everybody's always
everyone is
so
amazing
good.
that like that they called our names, and I was like, what? That's my name. What?
Yeah, I had to be kind of like,
No, you have to
go.
grab me because I was like, that's what? No, that's what?
I think we were in different kinds of shock, so I was processing and then on autopilot of like, no, that's us, we gotta go up there.
That also that's happened twice with me. Is that of the four wins that I don't really count the one of them because that was a smaller show, so everyone of the four that I've gotten, that was the most like it's happened twice that I've been like, what? Me? No.
What? Who's that? That doesn't say Rosetta. That says Rosita. Is Rosita here?
Yeah. We also went first because it was a first come first serve, and this is I've gone first 4 times. 2 have been by myself. 1 has been with 2 have been with you because when there's a first come first serve, I put my app in very quickly because I don't know if it's gonna fill up fast. Sometimes it doesn't fill up as fast as I think it's going to, and we end up going first. So that was also
Sometimes 10 of us submit applications in the first 5 minutes.
and that's why it's why you just gotta be ready. But then sometimes I'm too ready. Yeah, that
No,
it's not maybe not great for the tone of a show when we go first, and because it's always been like, not always,
is it
multiple
better
times
or worse
it's
than
been like
when we go
most.
last?
I almost feel like at the end of a show, like it's one thing, like it's a little bit more of like, yeah, that was like the emotional devastation was the finale, but I feel like just to go into like here's your first contestant, emotional damage is like
here's your first contestants. They're doing a piece on the complications of like brotherly affection.
No, and also
one of them's dead at the end.
It's so specific, but it's also so relatable. And I think that was what the judges had said of like, now I feel like I have to call my sister. Like,
should we keep a counter of, because if we're keeping times that Nick's been dead, dying, or a ghost, I feel like we should be keeping a counter of times Brie has lip synced at Nick, like yelling.
Oh,
at
times
Nick's face.
I've shout synced at you, because that was the first one, and that was like at the bridge, because I just kind of I like scream in your face, and that's my favorite part. Is that moment?
Sometimes Brie just likes to yell at me.
Is when I turn to you, and that yeah, no, because that hurts so much. That like that moment hurts so much, and it hurts for him, but I think it hurts more to watch it and to be on and to be receiving end of it. But it is such a like that's the breaking point for them.
Because you hadn't noticed the faces I was making on that one beforehand, had you?
I couldn't see you, and when I could, I kind of did, and that like, but I didn't know when my back was to you. But that was kind of the point, is that you're going through your thing, and I cannot deal with it. So like that whole thing.
No, because I think there have been a couple of times that we've done really like emotional pieces where it's like we look back at it and we go, oh, that's the face you were making.
No, so I didn't know what you were doing, and I didn't, and it's almost better that I didn't. But the whole thing was like, I'm not gonna look at you until I'm telling you you're not my brother anymore, or until I'm severing that like cord, because that is what it is like, especially with like helping you off the ground, how like rip my hand away, because it's like, that's why do you want my support when I can't have yours? And it's wrong. It's like it is I understand that it's so interesting, his character, and I have a lot of sympathy for him. I think a lot of like connection to him, even when I that's why I think this is the worst we've done, like closure wise. Like there's no closure, and that's the point, is that like here, like they clearly still love each other, but there is still like there's that like relationship is being severed, and then there's nothing left to do because you're dead. So that's why like that last bit with me holding your scarf is like, there's only regret, but it's also like but there's nothing left. And then he comes back from the dead, so it's fine. They'll go to therapy after the end of the book. So.
Will they?
No. They'll have like a cryptic conversation, and then they'll like have family dinners that are really awkward.
Jin Ling will have to suffer through all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that poor child has too many uncles.
I think there are a few we've done where I've had like a very like deep connection to the character and to their story arc, and I think that fuels it a lot. And that's why like for this one, like there are moments, I think especially from like the bridge into the finale, where like I was so in the emotion of it.
I mean
that, because I remember the movement felt like this is not me anymore. Like this is,
it's not, because there's also that level of like, we both tend to pick characters that we relate to in some way, and especially for this one, even though obviously we are not siblings, we both have
but we both have siblings.
Yeah, we both have siblings.
Yeah,
and we both have at least some parts of our family that we have very complicated relationships with. So
yeah. That's why also I think it's so specific, but it's so universal. And I think, and there were a lot of people who did not know. There are a lot of people in the audience who did know the storyline, and because our friend who's filming it was like, "How like I saw what song you're doing, and can I just say how dare you?"
Oh yeah, no. Our friend was just like, "You are so lucky. My phone was on camera was on a tripod."
Yeah. So there were people who knew exactly what we were doing, and I think there were people even on the judges who had no context, and that was kind of what we wanted. We wanted it to still at least resonate with like, you can still get the basic story even if you don't know what's actually going on around them.
And obviously there were like Easter eggs for the ones who did understand.
And you know what point of the story this is. You know why these things are happening. Scarves.
I liked working with the scarves.
I like scarves.
It took a long time to figure out two different scarves that had similar flow patterns because we did not already have both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then
we wanted mine to be more purple. It was
such
white, and we dyed it.
Trying to like get that.
It hated the
color.
dye, so like the pink was just as close as we were gonna get with it, and that was fine.
Because we wanted we had me with a red one to kind of signify like his.
Because it was it was the same one that was in your hair last time because we knew it had that.
Right,
flow
because
to it.
we had a darker red one in my hair this time.
Yeah, because so the pink was fine because it was supposed to because the
red one for me was supposed to be kind of like the demonic cultivation.
Yeah, and then mine was like the lightning,
and yours it was like a play of like the lightning / your whip.
I wanted it to be more purple, but it's fine that it was pink because that still had that illusion. But it also like even if you don't know what the scarves were, you still know they were like there was still like something with them. I think that's why I like the symbolism was fun with this, is that we could do something kind of abstract, and people who have the full context, it resonates for them. People who don't, it's still like you still feel something with it. And I like doing more abstract with like the prop work and with like then actually having like weapons with us.
No, and I think it worked so well for them because while the scarves meant different things, we were able to move them in the same way. And I think it was also a very good, like, you like the rule of threes a lot.
We got threes.
So to have the chorus, have each of us do, like, either side of it with where we were for doing the scarves, and then to have us both front-facing the last time.
Yeah.
I think was very nice. It felt very, like, rounded. But
it was also the first time we were like, we're gonna do the same, like, we're gonna match choreo. We're gonna find ways to interact with it, but where there's gonna be like, and it's gonna be the other repeating.
Thank God there was a line down the middle of the stage.
That was just one watch through. We're gonna do it again. We've talked a lot. Anything else that we want to say before like looking at it again?
I don't think so, because the other stuff I want to talk about is like very specific choreo points.
Okay.
We start with like I had like the really big like, oh my God, I'm here, and you were like,
yeah, and I'm like but it's that kind of like playful,
yeah,
like, yeah, that's what the whole like shake hands to like, and that was a nice cheat out to have us talking, but still.
And again, like Wei Wuxian is such an expressive character.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I pulled my scarf out first, very specifically because like I've already started doing demonic cultivation.
Stop. Okay. Yeah. No, and it's such a. We start silly, but we do not. But it cannot stay silly. But it's silly to like establish the relationship, and then it's so quickly like this is where we're at. And I like the way we staggered each other. We did a lot of like looking at each other, not looking at each other, as we said earlier. So we can see you having that reaction. We can see my reaction to you saying that.
And again, just like the way that especially your robes moved on the stage for this was so nice.
It's so funny that the song is not about these characters because it fits so well with I've returned from my burnt scarf. Like it's very much a Dobby song, but it fits so like this is so exact to like lyrically to this situation too. Because like you came back from the dead.
Yeah.
I mean, not you're not back from the dead. You're back from like kind of out. You need that like you get yeeted and then you do your thing. The turn.
And then we very specifically have like because it's kind of supposed to mimic like when they have like their swords.
Yeah, so like the fighting stance while circling.
But very specifically on this one, it's like we were back to back. Like, hey, I've still got your back.
Yeah, no, because that's how we're
circling.
fighting together, and that's yeah. And then I had mine in my belt, so I'm like, I had that moment to pull it out while you already have yours.
Right.
Yeah, we missed we're supposed to be not matching with the heads, but we were matching.
But I couldn't tell which way you were going.
I was doing it right. No, I was doing it right. That was how we practiced it.
You messed it up almost every time we practiced it, though.
Okay, then I was doing it how we practiced.
Because I was trying
I was
to
so
compensate
certain I
for
was
whatever
right.
you were doing.
Okay.
But I couldn't always tell until your bun was hitting me which way your head was going.
I always thought I was doing it right. Then I get we should have fixed that more then. That's fine.
Watch the sky glow. Smoke fills the room.
Yeah, the scarves just moved so well.
Because then this was where I like gave you the golden core.
Yes, because it was that like.
So it was like a center to the chest because that's where they always showed it, and then kind of like a pushing it towards you.
Mm-hmm.
And
And that's purposeful for me to have my back to you.
Yes,
But I'm doing my
'cause
own
you
thing
don't know that that's
because I
what
don't
happened.
understand what you're doing for me. Mm-hmm. And that's what colors so much of it is like what you're doing when I don't see you. Mm-hmm. Jeez.
and then like I'm like having to embrace like this demonic power is all I have now.
Yeah.
And then obviously like he has the brand, which is why you like came up and
Yeah.
touched where like the brand is.
Yeah.
And then you were doing something very specific with your arm here.
I think singes on our skin.
On our skin like a brand.
Because then again I'm like holding where the brand is now.
Yeah. Because it is like literal, but it's also this like because the lyrics are just like we're just so one to one. Of this misunderstanding we're having is that I think we're going through the same thing and we're not, and that's really like what that contention is. Jeez.
Yes, there is a little of me left that could care about our sin.
That's why you turned me by my sleeve because we were like it can't be romantic. You can turn me, but it has to be like.
I think that was my like you still wanted to try and fit in with the rest of the cultivation world, and at this point like Wei Wuxian's already like moved so far past that.
Yeah, and yeah,
which is part of the like I couldn't care, like I don't care about this anymore. Like there's no saving it. Which sends us
but
right
it's
back
such a,
into
like
the next.
ignoring that. Yeah, on my end of like no, that's like.
I really like the house, not a home line that we did.
Yeah, because I didn't want it to be too literal. Like, because I think we thought about like house, and I was like, no, I don't want to mime
didn't
it.
fit.
That's too like it has to be like some sort of like.
Right, no, because we played with that initially, and then it was like, well, what if we do it with just one hand? And then like,
Yeah. So it was like
cut
house
it down.
not a home. Like it's too like literal. It's got to be like a little more like.
Especially with us like faced to the side, so like we are. I think it works just as well that we did the same
No
head thing.
one
It's
knows.
fine.
No one knows until we tell them.
And then this is where like you're trying to figure out how to help me, and I'm like so lost in like
Yeah.
whatever it is that I'm doing. And then very specifically, I very intentionally with that turn, I was like, the scarf has to go across my throat.
Yeah, and that was also having us interact at the beats because I could keep the instrumental like the length of it in my head a bit more. So I'm like, we'll have us interact at these pivotal points, and then if you do something different because of how like wonky the instrument, like just long and like hard to keep track of it doesn't really matter because we'll still find our way like back to because of the points we're interacting. But that was still hard.
That was one of my favorite things, and then again to like twist it and have it across the throat of like
go down.
Yeah.
Did you know you could just strike a match, hear him scream my name one
No, could just strike a match, hear him scream my name one last time. Like, this is not like it is so like specific, like the song to My Hero, but it fits like it's such a one for one. What the
Oh brother, I
Yeah.
am home in the fires of our youth. I could care less if it hurts you anymore.
Because when you did that, and I know you didn't know entirely what I was doing.
No.
But when you first turned to yell at me, I take like a half step back, and then when you start to run at me, I kind of like
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Because that is, I think, the first time that within the character I'm like genuinely scared of what you may or may not do. And then we have like our matching.
Yeah. And that's the only time it's both hands, yeah.
Yeah.
And then circle, but opposition this time.
And I don't remember if we intentionally had me keep my scarf halved or if I just wasn't able to get it switched in time.
I think it was supposed to drag, but that was hard for both of them. Like, it was really difficult to get them to actually drag fast enough.
Because I knew I needed to be able to get it to toss to you, and that was more important.
No, and that was such a, like, you were like, I'm just gonna toss it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get it. Like, just get it tossed, and no matter where you get it tossed, I will grab it fast enough. And this had to just be a lot of, like, we've practiced it enough, we have to trust we're in the places we need to be.
Yeah.
It was so, like, we could not see each other. But the pose was
I was able to get, like, the quickest, like, little glance to the side to make sure that I was close enough to you as I tossed it, and I was like, arms go up now. Hey, look, I did the God pose this time.
Wow. Yeah, no, I really like this. Yeah. Because I feel like it's also, the scarf's also your flute, and that's what he held on to the whole time. Like, it's, yeah, we left a lot open to interpretation, and it might mean there's our intent, and there's also what people are going to take away from it, and I feel like I'm very proud of what went into that, and what the final product was. Final thoughts on this one? I'm still really proud of this one.
No,
like,
it still ranks up there for me.
And it's like a what would I have done differently? Maybe not mess up the head thing, but like
I'd say we would have really drilled that more, I think.
Yeah,
but also at the same time, like, I don't think there's anything I would change with this one. I think this is one that now I'm like, I would like to do it again, maybe just for the point of I'm not
dying.
Yeah, I'm not dying, and so it's like there are.
What's interesting too with like because my sister's a real fancy ballroom dancer, and she's asked me like, do you guys repeat performances, or is it just a one and done thing? I'm like, it's pretty much a one and done thing, because like a lot of they'll have like their routine for that season, and it's like you take that to multiple competitions. But for lip sync, it really is like, this is you do it this time, and that's it. So it'd be interesting to do, like, I don't know if we could ever organize some sort of like throwback where like we each bring our like favorite piece that we've done before, and
favorite piece, because all of us are very indecisive.
Yeah, it would be interesting to like if we could repeat stuff, or if we wanted to, but I don't know, like it's
I feel like that,
and there's no rule against it. You just can't bring something you brought to that con before. But no one does it.
That would be a kind of thing, like if we wanted to do like a lip sync showcase.
Yeah, I think that would be
where it's not a competition at all. It is just like us and our friends get together and we all just bring a piece that we really liked doing.
But we'd have to decide then, because it'd be like probably this one, but there are other ones I really liked too. So
yeah, but depending on we could not do the one we just did.
Exactly, that's recent. Okay.
No, not because it's recent, but because depending on where we're at, I'm not going to fall on the ground.
Yeah. Yep.
This one only has us going down to knees.
Yeah.
So we could do that pretty much anywhere.
Well, that was number 3, and that was our first win.
And I think that was
cool.
the last one we did within that year.
Yeah, so that...
Well, not really that year, because we
had one for 2023, and then we had... No.
And then these were both 2024.
These were 2024. So we did this, in July, and then we had Kumo in...
Kumo again, that was like our 1 year anniversary.
We did a lot in 2024, and we did 3 in 20... We did a lot in 2024-ish.
Well, no, because we did the 2023 one, we did 3 2024 ones.
I did 4.
Right, Dyer Brook. You did 4, I did 3.
2025. We did 3 together, and I've done 4. That's another 4-3. And
because now 2026, which we're in now,
we've already done 2.
Is shaping up to be probably one of our busiest.
We've already done 2, yeah. Okay.
Wow, it's like we have like a lot of ideas or something. I say
Is
sitting here
this
with
one-
7 songs in my current lip sync playlist.
So, because for the longest time, this one was your favorite. Is like the most recent thing we did the only contender to also
For
be a
final
favorite?
product, yes.
Yeah.
I think this was one like obviously yes, we were still coming out of the very emotional headspace, but I think this is one of the ones that I came off the stage really happy with.
Yeah, it was funny because there wasn't like a lot of backstage, so we walked right back into everyone being there, and I think if I was not immediately being lovingly ambushed by all of our friends, like hugging us and being like, that was so good, why did you make me cry, I love you so much, kind of like I would have needed time to come down from that. And like, because like for JVIC I needed time to come down from that, and that's it's a similar headspace that I got to for different reasons. Is that this was like what was helpful too before going on for this, because you were at the side where everyone was and I was by myself.
It gave you the second to get into your head.
It gave me a second to get into character, and then our friend Crimson Corgi Ash came up to me and was like, do you want to do some breathing exercises? Because they usually will do that to help people with nerves, and I was like, actually that's great, because I can just like, that'll help me breathe in the character because of the theater thing that I do. So I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's like get me like into this space, and then I'll be alone while the judge has their opening performance, because we had a judge's performance to open the show, and then it was us.
Shout out you, Puffin!
Yeah. I can hear him in the audio. Like, they're like, yeah! I'm like, that's you, Puffin. Okay, well, that was Brother. And that was maybe the last time we'll be siblings. Unless there's another reason for it. But that was the hardest, not hardest relationship to play, but that was the hardest relationship to choreograph, because of just like,
because our default is always
that was maybe the easiest
to do like a
one of the
turn
easiest
or a
relationships to
dip
play,
or
just
something.
because of the characters. But yeah. It boxed us a little bit.
It meant that I gotta be an honorary little shit and you had to deal with it.
Yeah.